What's up, everybody? My name is John Walton. I wanted to share my experience that I had with going through James Passatore's Awaken the Warrior Spirit Within program. Overall, great program, would recommend it to anyone, but I wanted to go into the detail just to shed some light on what it's all about and kind of a bunch of the areas that it can help in and everything like that. And excuse me, I wanted to make sure I had everything in line here, so I'll be reading off some notes that I drew up for this. So just wanted to make sure I got everything in there. So, you know, sometimes people are skeptical going into these sort of things. You know, you always hear about different programs. Honestly, I didn't have too much skepticism going in. James is one of my best friends. I know his background. He's very qualified. He's a nutritionist. He's a personal trainer. He's been through a bunch of holistic wellness classes. Knows his stuff. I've been kind of using him for tips even before he started his program. So I knew it'd be something that would be really good. My mentality before I started, I mean, it wasn't anything terrible. I didn't feel like I was in a big rut or anything like that. I was living a pretty good life and on pretty decent track at work. With my body, I was almost where I wanted to be. That's probably the lagging point there, but really in a pretty good mental state. I just wanted to give this a go and see what it was all about and see where it could take me to. So talked a little bit about my body. I felt like my body was about 90% of the 85, 90% of where I wanted it to be. I had slipped a little bit recently with just only doing a couple workouts a week, and it wasn't consistent. And I generally eat pretty healthy, but some of my meals were getting a little bit off course. So my weight was where I wanted it to be, or in an area where I would usually say, hey, I'm in really good shape at that weight. But since I hadn't been doing a lot of physical activity as far as working out, I was a little flabby, everything like that, and I wasn't all the way. I would just feel flabby. I'd feel flat a lot, and I didn't necessarily like that. So I was looking forward to what this program could do. Energy levels throughout the day, before the program, they kind of varied. I mean, I get good sleep. I'm on a pretty consistent schedule. So again, they weren't terrible, but they could use improvement. I relied a lot on coffee, or not coffee, but like espresso shots or 5-hour energy, stuff like that throughout the day and the afternoon time. Sometimes I would think I would need those just because of the habit of it, and then I would feel a little bit jittery. My water intake wasn't always the best, so every now and then I'd feel myself kind of get real down, even though it's like, hey, I'm pretty healthy, I shouldn't be feeling like this. Emotionally, in my life, I felt pretty good. I've dealt with some, which I've always dealt with, some slight anger issues, some the need to always be right. Probably comes from a place of insecurity, honestly. Just about always, never wanting to be wrong, always having to prove a point, always having to be in control, everything like that. So I knew that there was some ground that could be covered there to get that curbed. It's not a way to live. So shift in mindset over the past 12 weeks. Really it was just that I just became more consistent, became more disciplined. I knew that there was a path I was on that was going to work, so that kind of eased my mind a little bit about what I needed to do. And I also, it made me really determined to do those things and to stay on track and to not let outside things get in the way. My outlook on life after the program, like I said, I just feel a little bit more self-confidence because I accomplished good things in this program, and I know ways now to kind of stay calm and just put myself in that right mindset from the beginning of the day. There's still some things that irritate me here and there, but it's definitely improved, and I think this program helped a lot with that stuff. So let's see, how have I become more aware of my thoughts and how they affect my mood and everything like that? Yes. Sometimes in the moment it's a little bit tough still, but then my reflection of those things and things I do to make that happen less have definitely improved since going through some of the teachings and everything on more of the mindset side of the program. Physical changes within my body, a lot more natural energy. My body composition changed drastically. I went down at a point about 10 pounds and leveled out at about 8 pounds after I put on a couple pounds of muscle there towards the end, and waistline shrank down 3+ inches. Gained a little bit on my bicep, gained a little bit on my chest, and like I said, I could just see that, looking at week 1 to week 12 picture, huge difference. Really, really excited about that. I'll go into more on the physical part of the program later, because it's kind of cool how it all works. But let's see. So organizing routine, it's more of a ritual. You have to kind of develop a sense of consistency, routine, everything like that, to kind of put yourself on the right track in the morning. So a lot of that you learn in the program, but it's stuff that you intake, water, apple cider vinegar, stuff like that, coconut oil, doing your morning stretches, doing some qigong, and really what that's doing is that's just creating a habit, and it's creating discipline. So as far as routine goes, I definitely felt more on track with, once I did that, I felt like, hey, I'm ready to start this day and get the most out of this day. More aware of my thoughts, yes. What changes have occurred within your physical body? Talked about that. Do I have improved energy levels? Yes, absolutely. I have improved energy levels. Can only go. Now, I love espressos. So that was like the one kind of struggle, or not. I guess at first struggle, but the one kind of area that I gave myself, and sometimes I still might have a couple, but I don't really need it. That's still a little bit of a battle. I went about 4 weeks or so without any coffee whatsoever, and I felt the same or more energy, honestly. So just from some of the stuff that he teaches, that's all healthy to put in your body and things like that. So flexibility's improved for sure. Some of the foam rolling, everything like that, stretching that we do in the morning has improved that. I have lower back issues. That's always huge for me. Talked about weight loss, lost about 10 pounds, leveled out at 8 pounds. Do I feel stronger? Yes. More push-ups, just I can get through the routines much easier. I just feel stronger, I'm more dense in my muscle areas. So nutrition, always ate pretty good. I would say it improved a little bit, just because it's, I just worked off the nutritional sheets that he gave and the recipes and everything like that, make sure I was within those parameters, and feel really good with my eating. Improvement in my digestion, yes, absolutely. Won't go into too much detail there, but digestion's awesome. Let's see, sugar cravings, never was a big sugar person, so that didn't really necessarily change from start to finish. But a lot of the people that were in the program with me that were used to eating sweets or sugar in their coffee, or whatever, they notice huge differences. So I know it works for that. Difference within my relationships. Relationships at work, at home, everything like that. People would compliment a lot, and it would boost confidence, and I could give advice. I'd say the one area I struggled in is I've become kind of obsessive with things that I do, and want to do them to the best of my ability. I'll block a lot of other things out. So periodically, the relationship with my girlfriend struggled a little bit, because she almost felt that I was putting the program before her. So a little word of advice, don't overly let it consume your life. You can do it without that happening. That's just my mind. And I'd worry a lot if I had an off meal, or if I had this or that or the other, because I worried how I was going to weigh in on Friday, which is good for pushing me, but I probably didn't have to worry about those things, and it would have made things run a little bit smoother. So just a point of advice there. Differently with your spouse, friends, colleagues, just answered that. What's been the biggest challenge over the past 12 weeks? For me, like I said, it's the relationship piece. I did pretty well with all the other stuff, but I just had to make sure to kind of like back up and say, hey, it's not the only thing that's going on in my life. It's something that's helping my life, but you gotta there's a little bit of balance there I could have showed towards, especially Kristen, my girlfriend, that probably would have improved just our relationship in general. So she's supportive, but she's kind of happy the program's over because now I can focus on more things and talk about more things than just the program. So let's see, how do you plan to improve on this challenge moving forward in your life? I just want to show more balance, not act quite so obsessive, have other things to talk about. It's a big, important part of my life, but it's not the only thing in my life. And so that's a big lesson that I learned. So, talks about, you want to talk about like reigniting like a passion for life or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't in the hugest rut or anything. It's just something I wanted to do to try out to support Jimmy because I knew it would show me good positive results, and it did. And it taught me a lot about myself, things I should do, things I shouldn't do. So after the program, I feel good with it. I've learned enough about just the nutritional side, the workout side, the physical side, the mental side, to keep myself on a good track and keep myself self-disciplined with the things I know I need to do to maintain and even keep progressing a little bit and not just end up back where I started within 3 or 4 weeks. So I want to talk about things I can share for folks who may be on the fence about joining a program like this. I think I've covered some of them, but to recap, just have faith. You're in good hands. You're with someone who's been doing it for 13 plus years as far as things with personal training, nutrition, everything like that. The whole holistic side. It's not going to hurt. I would just say it's not going to make you change everything. You're going to have to make some pretty drastic changes based on where you're currently at, but not in every single area. There were some areas where I changed what I did and I never had done those things. There are other areas where I did those things or things that were very similar and I just had to tweak them a little bit. And then there are other things I was already doing. So, you have a support in the group, and that support can, that support really helps you. I think you start to, at first you're like, man, I don't know if I can do this, but everyone's kind of thinking that in the beginning. And so with that, the support of your fellow tribesmen, basically it makes it a lot easier. So just have faith, just take the leap. It's honestly the best program that I've been a part of. I've been a part of a lot of different workout programs, and this is the one I've seen the best results from. You're good, and it's not like if you don't do every single step along the way, you're out. You need to strive for that, but really, as long as you're progressing a little bit each day within the program, all's good. So definitely do it. I'm telling you, like it's something that it's unique. You don't see a lot of programs out there where you get this much support, where you learn so much, and where you see as many results as long as you stay on track. Biggest takeaway from the program, I think just the power of staying disciplined and the power of support and someone pushing you and someone having you give updates. There's a lot of accountability in the group. I've always been someone that's really self-motivated and have a lot of willpower on my own anyway. So I guess that was the one where it's like, well, I don't know how much more I'm going to get out of this because I already do that stuff on my own. But I did more. I did way more with it because I'm someone who likes to win. I'm someone who likes to show other people progress, and so I kind of benchmarked myself up with a couple of the other guys in the group that were killing it. Made sure I tried to stay ahead of them as far as my progress photos and everything like that. So that really pushed me to continue doing well and show people what you can get out of this thing if you put everything into it. And that's really it. I mean, like I said, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great program. And we were the first ones, we were the guinea pig program. So there were some tweaks that were made even along the way to make it even better for groups that are coming in behind us. And even with it being a pilot thing, we saw great results. So I know there's some people that have already signed up for it that are almost at their 6-week mark. They are saying great things about it as well. even better from the stuff that we started out doing. And can't say enough good things. So last, I just wanted to thank James, thank all the other members of the tribe that went through this whole thing with me. There was a lot of time put into it by him and the other folks, and just can't thank him enough. It's been an awesome experience. Hope that you guys are able to take the leap, or at least share this with someone that you think might want to get into something like that, because it's been awesome. So that's it. I don't want to keep talking. I know I'm going a little bit long, but just wanted to really share my experience and share my gratitude for it. Thanks, guys.